So let's finally talk about kind of building hype for the course and releasing the course. You want to do this properly because I've also seen people mess this up where they kind of just like quietly release a course and then it's always available. And so it doesn't feel very special for people. The way to do this is you need to build up demand for this course and not always have it available. There's so many strategies within here that I could probably talk about this for an hour, but just to sum it up here for building hype and for releasing the course, one of the things that we did was just do a pre-sale for a course to see if there's demand for it. So you can do a pre-sale before you even make it to see how many people are interested. And that can also kind of like fund it and convince you to actually create the course. You know, if you launch a pre-sale and nobody buys it, then maybe don't launch the course, or maybe, think about launching a different type of course or figure out how it failed. But pre-sales are very effective. And then also, making sure that it's not always available. So you can do like course drops where you make it available for like one day and you only sell like 50 like copies of the course, and then you close down the program for like, maybe a month, and then like every month or two you open it back up to new people and you have like 50 spots available or 100 spots available. That way there is creating that kind of limited supply of it, and people will be more likely to buy the course because they know that it's not always going to be around and they really want it. Basic supply and demand. If you limit the supply, that can kind of get demand to kind of pour in a little bit more, or kind of incentivize them to purchase the course. And then the other thing that you should really do, and this is especially like if you're not an influencer already, but even if you are, is going on tour. When I say this, I mean like going on other people's podcasts and on shows and on other YouTube channels and collaborating with as many influencers as possible. This is something that is not new, okay? Anyone who writes a book, they go on like what we call book tours, and they just go on every podcast. Sometimes they hire like a PR person to line up podcast interviews for them, but you really should do this when you are launching your course and leading up to launching your course. So you go on like a podcast per day for 30 days. You're basically going on tour. You might end up having to travel a bit or just doing Zoom interviews for a podcast for other people, but doing outbound to get that exposure into new audiences is going to be absolutely crucial for making sure that you really hit some big numbers on your course sale for when you launch it. So just like with books, you want to have that going on tour effect as well.